Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Dodger here. Welcome back to F1 2019 as we get ready for the Alfa Romeo Career Season number 1 race at the Baku City Circuit. I left on a lame cliffhanger last time, I guess, deciding whether or not I was going to take parts here and start last or not. We qualified 15th before penalties. I've not been very happy with the car. Shocked to make it into Q2, but then I didn't have any tires to use in Q2, so 15th was the best we could do. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take all new parts for the car here. I guess this is legal. I don't know. Is that something that the teams do? Is to just take a full gauntlet of new parts for the car in one race weekend? Do a new gearbox as well. So we are most certainly going to be starting last. There's just no questioning that. That's what it is. And I don't see points on the horizon today, but you never know.
Good afternoon and welcome to Baku. This was the arena, if you think back to 2017, of one of the most eventful races of modern history, with controversy behind the safety car, last-second overtakes, and a historic podium for Williams and for Lance Stroll. So let's find out what lies in store for us this year. It's time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and starting alongside him P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Bottas,
P3.
Charles Leclerc and Magnussen.
Magnussen P6.
Norris, Stroll and Daniel Ricciardo. Grosjean, Albon, Red. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid.
How am I 13th?
Raikkonen, Hülkenberg, Devon Butler and Pierre Gasly. Sainz and George Russell ends our grid lineup. And
I beg your pardon?
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Did I mess up? Did I not take parts soon enough and I'll have a penalty later in the season? Did everybody behind me also take maximum penalty? I'm incredibly confused. I don't understand how that's possible. I hate the idea of going to the hard tire here, but I don't think there's any way of getting around it. On board so that I don't have to deal with managing fuel strategy here. I'm still flabbergasted. I don't understand why we are where we are. We got our huge grid penalty. No idea, but let's just see what we can do with it. Oh, I see bits of wing. Someone got into somebody. It might be good for us. Somebody up ahead has to pit. We got one to our inside here. Nice. I'm gonna bring the energy down just because it's hard to control the wheel spin. Let him back in. I really wanted to do nothing to pass, just keep people from sliding by me. Good start, actually. Pleased with that. Man, I really wish I could show you my inputs. I say that because out of that turn, I was just all over the throttle. And I think the biggest thing is, it's not like all over the throttle, like in and out of it. It's like at 20% throttle input, this thing wants to go. Like there's no, it's just not a very linear acceleration. 80% throttle is so much more than 80% power. Ooh, that's a good way to describe it, yeah. So yeah, a lot of times I'm like modulating between 20 and 40% throttle out of the turns. And then the difference between, you know, that 40 and then matting it is so little. Also, how fast do helicopters travel? Because that helicopter just outran us down that front straightaway while we were doing 200 miles an hour. Is that how fast they go? I feel like they don't go that fast. Ant noticed in China, I believe, that the helicopter was like zipping around. I wonder if they animated its path for 100% race, but they didn't scale it. So when you do a 50% race, it's like going the same animation path, but it has half the time to do it. We do a 5% race, it's just gonna be like supersonic. Pew, 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 pew. Helicopter. This field is so stacked together still. Looks like everybody around us is on mediums. I haven't seen anybody else doing anything else. But I imagine some of the top 10 had to start on soft. And they're either going to short pit and then go to hards, or they're going to two-stop. Some two-stoppers and, you know, 8th to 10th would be darn good for us. A little bit of attack here. I don't really want to use my fuel to defend. Surprising because he doesn't have DRS yet.
Race officials have
Speak of the devil.
DRS. DRS is now available.
Nice hold. That was good. What? There was no room for car there?
Green flag.
What in the world? Surely he just locked him up, right? I'm tempted to instant replay that, but I assume that'll be in our highlights. I didn't even get a warning or anything, so I gotta assume that he just way overdrove it into there. I turned in not expecting there to be a car there, that's for sure. I saw the red arrow at the very last second. Boy, I hope that is in the replay. Put that behind us. Well, I didn't even think they were that close to me. Which I guess is my fault for not paying attention, but... quite a gaggle of cars up here. Going too wide through these turns is not easy. Shoving each other around. Really anywhere for me to go there. So I just didn't. I figured Grosjean would have the disadvantage there. You're not going to go 3 wide here, are you? See, we managed to go 2 wide. Did it just fine. Twice in a row, actually. It can be done. It can be done, but you got to do it right. Closer than I'd like to be. You know, one of the most frustrating parts of this track is through sections like the castle, you would think going through there at like 50% pace, or at least 75% pace would help make it not so scary. It just doesn't. It doesn't matter if you're going through there at safety car speed or full speed, the car is still so uncomfortable that it's just seconds away from slamming a wall. Be an easy DRS pass for him because I got nothing in front of me. Trying to soak up his draft. That was close. A few turns to cool those rear tires off. That was darn close. And I guarantee you I was no more than half throttle when it kicked out. That's what's so wild about it. It's actually due to my current ailment. It's the thing that hurts the most. Oddly, it's not like standing on the brakes and, you know, my left foot is doing a dance all the time where it goes from being off the brake pedal to on the brake pedal. But that's fine. It's the holding your leg like halfway between full and, you know, partial throttle and back and forth like that. That's what's really what hurts. I'm in DRS range. You can listen to the sad engine all the way down the straightaway. I'm doing alright though. Not too deep into one. Trying to make up time when I shouldn't be. I got the fronts hot. That was very close to the wall. That gave me a knot in my stomach. In reality, I should be kind of in cruise control. These guys are battling ahead of us. All tap. What's Leclerc doing down here? He already pit? He's been the fastest car here. Man, how about Leclerc in Germany, huh? I don't know yet. Only practice 2 has happened by the time I recorded this. But the race will have already happened by the time this video comes out. Man, that was a good one. Or a bad one. I can't believe that the weather did what it did. Any draft this time? DRS? Yeah, DRS. Leclerc pitting now? Whoa! That was awkward. I think Grosjean maybe wasn't prepared for the pit stop. Slammed on the brakes on the straightaway. That's not a good time. P9! Hey, everybody celebrate the moment we have points. It'll be the only moment, but it's a moment. I'm really not looking forward to the stint on hards. I don't like them here, not one bit. Exceeding the track limits. Sorry for hitting the wall. I'll try not to.
Some information on Albon. It looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the car.
Oh no. He's the one that we hit. I mean, he hit me. That's the way it went. Right? I hope so. This is why I'd be a terrible Formula 1 driver. I don't want to make anyone upset. I think that's why I'm a bad YouTuber, too. I'm too obsessed with, like, trying to make sure nobody is upset. When in reality, everybody wants different things, so no matter what you do, you're gonna make somebody out there upset. Hear us? Speedy copter.
Caution, caution.
Let's see where his car is. Yep. Teammate in the
He's
pits.
into his stop.
Boy, that seems early.
Okay, clear.
Maybe he's going for a two-stopper. Let him. Should have gone the first there. This is so not the time to be thinking of such things, but I'm kind of like in my head going through. Got away with it. Hit it with a hip instead of the wing. Got away with it. See, I told you it wasn't the time to be doing it. I'm like going through all the different ways I could possibly have like a throttle graph on screen. Just have no webcam but a foot cam? That seems weird. But hey, the channel's dying. Might as well switch it over to like Own Dodgers foot fetishes. Nah, I don't think so. Also, I think feet are gross. Especially my own feet. P6. There must be a lot of cars that are doing the two-stop. I didn't really notice people on pit road. But I'm a little preoccupied. Trying to keep the car on the track. I wouldn't want to exceed limits and hit the wall again. Almost did it there. So I think the problem is I'm like chopping my entry now. I'm worried about where that track, I guess it's extending out to the right. God, I hate that section. I remember when they first showed pictures of that section, I was like, this will never work. That track will be a joke. There's no way that's gonna work. And then somehow it does. I mean, it's always an issue, but it hasn't changed. Like, they haven't changed that section ever. Slidey as the car is getting. It's been all green this lap. Thinner? Yep. Stroll on softs. I guess they're just gonna extend their softs out long enough
You'll be on the hards.
to go to hards and still do a one-stopper. So, yeah, we'll probably be like P12 when everything shakes out. Maybe 11. Which is fine. Full throttle there. Keep overdriving this turn. I'm really gonna have to remember that once we go to those hards, a lot of these turns back up. You gotta change your braking points. The step from medium to hard seems pretty immense here. Zoomy helicopter. Hello, wall. That's a little closer to you than I'd like to be. It's not you, it's me. You, made of concrete, rebar, aggregate. Me, made of carbon, rubber, flesh. I just don't think we're compatible. 145 from Vettel after his pit stop. We're not exactly near that. We are closing in on Danny Rick. I think that could be a important position for us if we were able to get that. Might be the difference between 10th and 11th. Assuming all goes well. Well, I think I've already used up 2 of my lives in this race. Cat has 9 lives. How many lives does a cone have? You would imagine quite a few, because the average cone has a pretty risky life. Sitting on the side of the road, cars zooming by. You know, where I'll be in 5 years. Holding a sign will direct traffic for food. I think this lap or the next one will be our pit lap. There's pit road. I hate that pit road entry. There's a weird little chicane on the start of it.
This lap, push hard on the in lap.
This lap, all right. And why did you have to mention the helicopter? Now it's all I can focus on. Every time I see it above me.
They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
Verstappen, an issue going to be slow. I don't know where he is in the field. Behind us, presumably. Could be somebody we could leap in front of on the pit stop, though. Boy, that was a sexy run through there. Where's that been my whole life? This in-lap's been phenomenal. I feel like we're fools for pitting so early. But I think I'll stick to the plan. Never know when these tires are gonna shelf.
Box now, please. Box
Cliff.
this lap.
Powering into the pits. That's close to the wall. I wish I was a little closer to him so I could use him as a guide. I'm pretty sure he's pitting this time too. Yeah. Yeah, there's the chicane. I think I did it right though. I think that was pretty good. So, us, Danny Rick, and Grosjean on pit road right now, so we shouldn't be held too much, if any. Might get a second here for Tony Rick.
Complete.
No, we chopped him. Get chopped. Good job, pit crew.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
P6. P6 after the pit stop. Wow. Good job, pit crew. I think my pit entry was also real quick, but they must have had a slower stop or something. So we were definitely behind him. So glad they actually released us ahead of them. Usually they don't want to do that. We got that guy, Verstappen, behind us. Hope it was that line cone. Who we were told had an issue. But we are on these hard tires that I am not a big fan of. They are just not good, I tells you. I'm gonna take it real easy. We got, basically in my mind right now, we got 3 positions that I can afford to lose. And I would have no tears. Probably need to save energy after this lap, after this straightaway. Anybody else on pit road? No. 2. Let's brake a little early. I just don't know where these tires are at. Bad. Danny Rick gets around Verstappen. Alright, so he may be sporty enough to catch us because he doesn't have a car problem. But I think we've gapped him DRS-wise, so we're all good there. This is the hardest part of racing, trying to control your speed, trying to slow yourself down. All you want to do is go as fast as you can, but in this case, I feel like there's just nothing to gain in doing that. There's so much to gain in just getting this car to the end. We did not have the fastest car here today. I don't even know if we had a top 10 car here today. But strategy has really helped us a lot.
Okay, some information on Bottas.
Bottas is out.
Car issue. It looks like they're retiring.
I'm gonna make it pit. Why wouldn't you go to pit road? I think you did late.
Green flag.
Not gonna lie, I was too busy focusing on Bottas to remember what the turn was. But well saved. There's 2 seconds lost for no reason. P5 now.
It seems they fixed whatever the problem was. They're coming back up to speed.
Oh, Bottas? That's surprising. I mean, he's done for now. He was way off the pace. Or is he speaking of Verstappen? Because Bottas, I think it said out of the session. Verstappen's the one that told us about earlier being off the pace. Too bad we kind of let Magnussen get away there, and we lost our big gap behind us. But at least I didn't bend it. At least I had the foresight to realize what was going on and straight line the car to get it slowed down. Even in failure, there can be victories. Alright, well. There can be not losses. Or is he? Oh no. Leclerc's behind us on mediums. Alright, well that's a position we will lose. Which is fine. At the very start of the race, I'm trying to remember, I think we saw somebody lose wing, and I bet you it was Leclerc that happened to. Would explain why he pit so early. And he probably went to a two-stop strategy. It's too bad for him, because I think he had the fastest car here this weekend. Just like he did or did not have in Germany. Oh, did you see the zoom in helicopter that time? It was only there for like one frame. There he is. Catch him. I don't know much about helicopters. How fast do they go? Following the same circuit, could a helicopter go the same lap time as an F1 car? I feel like probably not. I feel like sometimes, in like those highway chases, the cars manage to outrun the helicopter. Maybe I'm wrong. Despite being on the internet, I can admit that sometimes I'm wrong. And that sometimes it's actually quite often. Hit the ball. Put that on the how many lives does a cone have tally. We're doing that science here today. So far, 3. Which isn't too bad. Although slightly worrying, because I'm pretty sure I'm on my 3rd one in real life as well. So let's hope we get one more out of this. Oh, there's snapping behind us now. The DRS by him. .7 to Magnussen. Yeah, I think maybe for a lap I had pace to match the Haas, but overall it's a faster car than us here. Yeah, no, I don't see that Ferrari there at all. Maybe he had to pit again. What an interesting race. Baku, anything can happen. If Williams can get a podium here, just a few years ago, then we can get a 5th, right? Haas could get a 4th. That's probably the biggest difference between what happens in the game and in real life is things actually happen to the front 6. I guess the front 5 this year. In real life, it just doesn't happen as much. I mean, it has been happening quite a bit for the Ferraris, I guess. That's not totally true. Tires are feeling slidey, but there's no way they're worn. And their temps are right in the sweet spot. I'm not sure what the deal is. Well, oh, there's 4. I don't know, that one counts. That was just a little nudge. I think we're still on 3. Oh, I just went to 8th gear there. Just making music. Probably down to like 4.5 seconds now. No, 3.3 actually. So Magnuson's not turning amazing laps either. That was nice. Kimmy's pitting again. Ah, there's your answer. Leclerc, fastest lap. Definitely pitted another time. Possibly went in for late softs or late hards like they were suggesting us. Which didn't make any sense. You're gonna be on hard tires. You want to be on them for more than 5 laps. There goes this lap. Easy, Mr. Cone Dodger. Pushing it to that wall a little closer than I'd like. That's probably my most improved turn from practice to now. I think that's the biggest thing with a track like this, is I just don't get enough practice time. So often by the end of the race, I just feel immensely better than I did at the beginning of the weekend.
Okay, update on the car for you. Tyres are looking very nice. Shouldn't have to worry about the wear too much right now.
What about the rest of the car? You said the car. 3.1, very slowly inching in that gap. I did have one mistake in the middle sector that lap. I'm gonna be very smooth and deliberate with my inputs. Tight on fuel. I will have to do a little saving. Did the crowd just boot me when I went to lean mix? I feel like I got booed. Really screwing up that turn all of a sudden. I think I just can't do through that section. No! Not there! What a silly place to take wing damage.
Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage.
It's just an end plate, I think. Hopefully it's not the end of the world, but I think that 100% changes me from try to catch Magnussen to hold position. Man, of all the places, I never would have picked that as the place to nudge the wall. Alright, well there you go. There's the answer. 3 lives. That's how many a cone has. Oh right, I'm in lean. I was like, why does the engine sound so laid over? Definitely missing the front downforce right there. Luckily this is not a track where downforce is a premium. Probably won't notice that too much. Maybe a little on the brakes. My speed especially.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
I got so spoiled that last season I did in 2018 with a McLaren. The car was a fuel sipper. You could run in rich for most of the race and you'd be fine. This one seems to be a bit more of a pig with fuel. Like, where did I even hit it there? What a weird place to do that. This lap's been pretty sporty though, so it's not hindering us too much. Shoved it into there for some reason. It's really more advantageous to use those higher energy modes when you're accelerating than when you're already at speed. .8. Pretty much where we started with that gap. Boy, if I hadn't gotten that wall there, we might have actually had a chance to catch him. So much of this track is just hitting the turn-in point and not having to jerk the wheel anywhere. So much to gain in that, and that only. How you get out of the turn has a lot less to do with it. It's all about how you get into the turn. Like, that lockup on entry is why that section was slower. Neutraled it. I'm glad it makes a noise when you do it, when you go to neutral. So you know what's happening. They lost time this lap.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
It's going to be tight again. I lost quite a bit there. As the tires have worn, it's just not got enough grip left in it to make up for the loss of downforce. Luckily, the cars behind us are just locked in battle, so not a lot of pressure from them. It's definitely on the brakes that I notice mostly the wing damage. Let's do it again. Can't knock the end plate off twice, can you? That's not the way that works. Oh, that was a nice run through there. I don't know where that sprung up from. Magnussen, I think, has put it into high energy and rich fuel and is taking it off. Meanwhile, we're going to have to end up saving some fuel again. Easy.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
That must mean, thankfully, we only have 2 laps of race left. But we don't. We have 3, right? Uh-oh. Hopefully he's wrong. I bet she's wrong. He says stupid things like that all the time. We'll go into lean just in case. Right there was almost an example of what I meant by if you try to take it easy around this track, you'll end up getting into trouble. So I almost turned in too early and hit the wall. This is a pretty cracking lap. I almost think it liked being on lean. Hey, we're in a hot sandwich right now. Big lock up. Nowhere I can go, which is frustrating as a driver, but you gotta look at the bigger picture. 5 here. On a weekend I took a parts penalty for everything. I have extra parts for every bit of this car. That basically means we won't have to take any big penalties for the rest of the season. And they got points on that weekend. That's amazing. Granted, there's still a lap and a half to go. Let's not count our dinosaurs.
Information on Verstappen. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
Verstappen's got that issue again. Yeah, don't count your dinosaurs before you've extracted your DNA from Amber. It's never a good idea. I can't believe Jeff ruined that joke for me. I can't believe Jeff constantly interrupts me, even though he's on limited conversation. Tell me only the basics, Jeff. Somehow he still doesn't. This is pretty remarkable. How many people watched practice qualifying video and were like, might as well skip this week, I won't even watch the race. Imagine what they've missed. Well, not a lot of on-track action, but what's shaping up to be a pretty darn good performance. That still feels pretty good. I still think there's a lot of improvement left in the car. It's not just down on power, it's certainly, I think mostly down on braking energy and just overall ability to turn in nicely. Probably a little bit chassis, a little bit aero. But power I feel is fine. We will have to, keep up with power. Plus .00. Lewis Hamilton won the race. And we got plenty of fuel. What was Jeff worried about? He frickin' 5.
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
I'll say.
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today.
He looks a lot younger in game than real life.
What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today.
Racing
that
Point.
appeared well
I said the right
suited for
one.
conditions
Racing
out
Point
track.
on the podium.
The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really...
Who was it?
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations
There
tonight
is.
amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. So let's review the updated driver's standings. It's a great result
Wow.
for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table.
Oh.
So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Red. They did
Yeah.
a great job at getting the most out of their tyres without losing pace, something that's a very handy skill to have in modern-day Formula One.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Alfa Romeo, whose good result moves them further up the championship.
Tied with
I'm
Renault.
equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Let's see these highlights. I know there's some things I want to see. What's tab? Oh, tab is like photo mode. Where are we? Oh yeah, I sneaked down the outside. That is a red wing. That is totally Leclerc's wing right there. Can we like slow motion at all, or we can? Looks like we can rewind. Oh yeah, this is it, right? The drag race down in turn 1. No, there was nothing there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he tried to shove it in there where it didn't belong. That's totally not on me. I feel like that's way too late to make that move. Sure, I wasn't aware that he was there, but this is how you do it. That's how it's done. Ooh, look at that picture. Oh, why did you change? Oh, they caught that. Yeah, that was a moment. These are good highlights today. I'm surprised they caught that one. Well, should we kind of cruise to the end? We might have the pit stop left. Trying to run down Danny Rick, I believe, there. I think this is just glamour shots. Ah, we're passing people that are pitting. That's what this is. Feels like they should know when you're passing on pit road. Glamour shots. Curb. Curb muncher. I thought, is this it? It is! They actually had a shot of the wing as we hit the wing. Best highlights ever. I can't believe it. And checkered flag. Not too shabby. Good job, Codemasters. I can't believe I said that.
Amazing performance out there.
I'll say.
I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
Yeah, a bit.
You've had experience with Devon's fast, aggressive style. Any advice for the drivers he passed today?
Any drive fast, go faster. The car is driving. Okay, I didn't really understand
You
that
really cut your way through the field today. What was your
one. Nimble,
strategy?
let's get that chassis department to be happy. Oh, there was another
Your
Nimble.
team
one.
must be ecstatic with how you're performing.
They are. Glad to see the smiles on the face. Maybe, but you can't get complacent. Okay, happy with that.
You scraped the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip?
No comment. None of those are going to be positive.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Great. Man, I'm pumped. I still don't understand why we were where we were. That was all one word, wasn't it? But nice. And we're still drawing with Kimmy. Oh, we had a faster lap. I guess because he went to Sauce. We're destroying Butler by one. Suck it, Butler. He also had a faster lap. Oh, no. Alright.
Great work. That's exactly the kind of result I'm looking for. Keep it up.
Thanks. Alright, looks like next time we'll start with a contract negotiation. Our first one since really becoming a driver here with Alpha, not just signing a contract to begin. Alright. Well, I'm surprised. I can't wait to see people's theories as to why we started where we started. That was really weird.